Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. Oh my god. It's as if you're not ready, but something starts. Okay, because I wasn't ready. I was just fiddling with my annoying tripod, which is not really a tripod because it's just one pod, like has just one leg, but somehow something starts and you're like, oh my god, it's as if you're already preparing for it, but not like expecting that it's starting. That's the feeling that I got from the energy, like from the energy before I started the reading, because play. Yeah, because I was fiddling with it, and it just yeah, inside. Ooh. Let's keep that one as well. Yeah, I think it could be that you are, with this nice, right? That you are playing around to make things perfect. I'm really looking at the details, and I'm very annoyed how the camera angle is on my setup all the time, because it's the camera just slides down like that, and then it's not parallel to the table anymore, and you can see it, and I don't like it, and I want it to be all perfect, but somehow it just doesn't align. I think it's basically this. My setup needs to be this thing that holds my camera needs to be replaced, but I'm not doing it for some reason, and therefore I'm fiddling around and not liking it, and blah 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 blah. And but then there you are playing around, and it's like this, in during rainy weather, playing around, and like not really. It's like whatever, it's not perfect, whatever, right? But with luck, I think that something's happening that is very fortunate for you, but you're like, oh, really? It's happening now? It's, oh, no. Maybe you thought to yourself, oh, no, I'm gonna do something, first, like preparation. But I think that's the point. That's the point where this wants to happen, because it's about manifestation. So it could be that you were eyeballing something. That's the inside here. That you were eyeballing something and looking at something and thinking to yourself that you want something. But you were not. I think when you're not acting on it, and you're just thinking about it, then the energy doesn't move. But I think then you probably started to prepare something, just fiddling with things and playing around with the theory of this, without even, and before you know it, it's happening. And then you might be a bit surprised. But that's an insight, right? That's an insight you needed to have, because this helps you in the future to know how to manifest, right? And how much you don't, like how easy it is, Whereas before it must have felt like a mystery, I feel, or just a play. Play we don't take seriously, right? Because it's just... it's just a play, like nothing. That's literally the opposite of taking something serious, right? Or seriously, yeah. And this play, those are parallel lines. They're close but not together. And here we have this one, and this is the shower card, but it came up like this. But I feel that it's a message, because when it comes upside down, it's a special message. Ooh, what's that? Ooh. Okay, so do you know how this feels like? Do you know that? Okay. I think with this is your laser beam, right? When it's upside down, it's like pew 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 pew. So laser beam of thoughts of, oh, what do I want to do? What do I want to do next? What do thinking, and yeah, and then, but also at the same time, kind of just playing around with you in your head. But this somehow it doesn't come together, right? Your theory versus reality thing, right? It's nice play in your head, but it's just not coming around. It's not manifesting, right? But then suddenly something changes, which is good luck for you, because it somehow happens because you changed something in what you're doing, and that's what I was just describing. It's you're not just playing around. You are. So there's a difference between playing around in your head and actually taking steps in the real world, right? Even if those are just small steps towards it, still it's already a difference. And this little bit was enough for you to catch the fish, after all, because you took your play seriously. And that's the point of manifestation, and that's where it comes in. That's where you are lucky. It's just a bit scary as well, and it's like and when I was just with this card with the that girl, right? But yeah, that was the point of yeah. So I think so. Basically, when you are just in preparation mode and just playing in your head, start to take it one step further and feel the excitement. It's like, oh, I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to do this. Oh my God, I'm doing this. And then do whatever you need to do to do it. And this will this will give you the power to manifest with precision, right? Pew. What's that though? Very formal, isn't it? For me, this suit is very always this formal thing. Formal clothing, which is not very authentic because you wear it because you play another role. But on the other hand, we always play a role in whatever situation we are in. It's just that we are identifying with certain plays more than others, right? So it's a bit like acting, isn't it? Every situation we interact differently. We interact differently with a person that let's say we go to a bank and we, because of this tie and everything. So we go to a bank and then we interact differently with the person who might be, giving us a mortgage or a loan or whatnot, than we would interact with our friends. And I just got reminded of a training I had for a new job I have. And this training was basically, there was a doctor who was in two pictures of a doctor, right? So here and there, right? And one picture was him privately, full of tattoos, like a Harley Davidson shirt, bald, but bald, and but he was looking like really like someone who rides a motorbike and is in some sort of motorbike club, right? And then it was switched to his professional clothing, which is a white, thing and covering up every little tattoo, and then his device that they always carry, You know what I mean. And it looked so different because he was a totally different person with this. And he was playing literally from Monday to I don't know what, this role of, whatever, like doctor, right? Responsible and, authority and all that, and knowledgeable, right? And all of those. And then on the weekends, he was just his other identity. So I think it's very interesting that I'm drawn to talk about it. It just reminded me of this. And I feel that there's something about you internalizing your other self that you have not been allowing to surface. It's like there's a version inside your head of yourself that you were not living out loud, and now that you're taking physical steps to do so, maybe decluttering or just preparing and maybe purchasing even some things that you need for, I don't know, some sort of lifestyle change, and living some sort of lifestyle change out, right? And just acting on it. This alone makes the energy move, and then you might be surprised and get, and that's the insight, how fast you are lucky, because it's there it is. So I feel that's very nice, and it's a balance again with what I was describing, right? A balance between you and you, right? And I feel that you are enjoying this balance, and it could be that this was a key for you to live it, to live the balance of it, not be all of something, because there are different versions within you that you need to balance, and it's not just one version, right? You can, it's professional, and then there's a wild side within you as well, right? Something within you that seeks adventure. And most of all, this specific you is not being lived out loud. Because this is usually the side that we bury towards all the other responsible things, right? And even, being a family person, right? This is a whole different responsibility. Or a lover, right? That's another part that only a fragment gets to know, right? So I feel that this internalizing of this new version of you is giving you a big insight. And it's a very... so it's... an insight is a secret somehow, right? And I think this is the experiment, more or less, that people did with the crow. So the crow wants to have this bit here. I don't know, it's probably food. But this jar the crow wasn't able to reach it because the crow couldn't go in there this deep. So the crow was smart enough to put all the bits and pieces in this jar so the water level rises, and the bit the crow wants to reach is reachable. So I feel that this is displaying what you are doing to achieve what you want to have. It's bit by bit going towards it, and it goes... The water level rises further, much more quickly than you might think, because it feels different when you just play, in the rainy weather here, right? If you just play there, and then it feels that there's no progress, because it's just, you are just getting wet, basically, right? But when you make use of the water, more or less, and take steps towards what you want to achieve, this gives you the insight and the luck and everything that aligns it all to make it happen, right? So I love that. So let me know what you are doing. Yeah. Okay. What else? Oh, There we go. Receive. Duh. Yeah, receive. Yeah, I think, yeah, when you achieve something, or when you are going somewhere, or yeah, when you're just getting what you want, and which is a gift somehow, right? Or it feels like a gift. Sometimes life just feels so good that you think that you don't deserve it. And maybe that's an issue as well, where you are suppressing some side of you that really, really wants to be lived, but you can't, in your inner dialogue, you cannot justify that, because you think, nah, that's just for the extremely lucky ones. But then you get it. And it could be that your dream might also be something that is actually easily achievable, but you were just not thinking that you should do it somehow. So yeah, so this is just the worthiness card, and it's also the worthiness of yeah, it's tranquil, isn't it? It's very soft, right? It's a very soft receiving card, because it makes you feel like life is a gift, where you can get incredibly miserable if you suppress a side of you that needs to be played out, in real life, not just in your head. You can. So I feel that, yeah, that's just a confirmation that you as a whole are worthy of receiving gifts, right? And enough. Duh. May you be exactly as you are. Yeah, see? Yeah. And you might think that you are not enough, right? And with this island, it's very small, right? Maybe you make yourself small, but you are enough. More than that, even. Just the way you are. Exactly, right? It's no surprise to me, those cards, but I feel that, sometimes we have to be reminded of that externally as well, right? Yeah, so how do we get reminded of it externally? It's when you get feedback, isn't it? When people say to you, or someone, or say to you, yeah, you are just amazing, right? So I feel that you also get some sort of positive feedback. If not in real life, which, then at least from this video, but this video is also real life, so it is already the feedback. Strength. Ooh. Another balance card. Look at that. 2 times balance. Strength. Oh, yeah, that's the fear, isn't it? I think it's the fear that really arises when you when you receive a gift, when life's good, life's treating you well, and especially when you get something that you really want, or when you are, just on your way there, you get more worry. You are looking at, is this real life? Where's the catch? What's happening? And it feels to me that internally you might be a bit there's a storm inside you, just because you can't believe I feel that you think that your ship is sinking or anything, or you fear that because you can't believe your luck, right? But there you get the insight that it's just a feeling inside you, and that there's no need to worry about that, because when you think about all those things that might happen or go wrong, then you are already giving energy to it, whereas you don't need that, right? It could be that what was holding you back to live your truest self was some sort of anticipation that you might not be accepted, whereas it's the opposite. It's, the suppressed self that is not inspiring for others, right? But when you are you, and all of it, the weird side, right, then all of a sudden, then it's different. Life treats you differently, because you are authentically you, and you are inspiring to others because they see themselves in you, and they see that they are suppressing something within themselves, and that they, see that they need to break out. And especially if someone is watching your progress, and they see how much you change for the good, for the better, it will remind people of that. And I think you are not aware of how brave you are at times, with the strength. You are the person who sits in this boat with this weather. You are in that boat. I mean, look at that. Like, you are doing that. Not many people have the guts to do this. They, no. Not maybe you are so brave. You are doing that. Potentially, well, sitting inside it, that it's manageable, even though it looks rough. It's manageable. I feel, and I feel that it has something. It's just this initial letting go of things. A lot of people are just stuck in their ways because they can't let go of the old. They can't let go of anything, most of all possessions, because in this boat is tiny. There's not much fitting in there, but you I feel that you are brave enough to also know how exciting it is to let go of old things, And yes, there's some sadness in it as well, and I feel that this is something you just naturally go through, Maybe you have been sitting in this being stuck for a while yourself, so you can relate to that, right? But when you break out of it, well, there you go. Right? And yeah. And suddenly this doesn't really look like, it doesn't feel or look like a costume that much anymore. When you decide to just dress like that, if this is your style, maybe it's also the way you present yourself, right? It's rare that these days that people dress this well, right? And I personally, I feel a little bit sad about it. If you look at how people dress when they go outside, like, I mean, it's the overall landscape that is being shaped by a lot of people who just don't, care, and then they wear their, I don't know, whatever clothes, and you can see the lack of effort that people put into themselves. Whereas I think you are different, it's like you want that, and it's not about being overly judgmental of this as well, it's what balance, right? But it feels less like costume. That's what I wanted to say. So I feel that it's an arrival. Butterfly. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So that's nice. Of course, a card of transformation. And again, with the butterfly, right? From caterpillar to butterfly. And then you see, the butterfly isn't scared of wearing its wings, right? And even though they are outstanding, people are always happy to witness a butterfly because of its beauty, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. Whereas people might easily overlook a caterpillar, easily, because it's just, still in a development phase. But when the butterfly, when the wings are dry, and it just spreads its wings. And I see in this card, the wings are, it looks a bit like the wings are still forming, right? But still, it's already noticeable. You can already see where it's heading to, and that's enough already. Right? And it's the path is given, right? The path is already ahead. So I feel that this is something very predictable, maybe. Yeah, I think predictable in the way of while you already know where it goes to. And it's an air card, so I love that because this shows that there's the foundation of the roots. It's a little bit of an uprooting. But for the betterment, right? So I feel that this is important. And again, weirdly enough, I am drawn to read from this book, right? So let me see where's the butterfly? It's usually, and then weirdly enough, just since the last reading, I'm kind of drawn to do that. Usually I don't really. I literally ignore the the books, all of them. But somehow it feels to me that I really want this wee book. It's different. Where are you, butterfly? Okay, yeah. There's a moth. There's the butterfly. Okay. Undergoing great change and transformation. Yes. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer, done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile, frustrated. To bring into balance, daily routine. Okay. Yeah, could be that you are establishing something new, a new way of being. Literally, if you do something just once, then it's not a part of you. It's not integrated. But if you do it regularly, then it becomes you, right? And that's what it speaks about. So I really like the addition of reading from this book because it gives us a little bit more, right? A little bit. It's something I was touching upon, but not completely. It takes it in different directions as well, because if you think about relationships, I didn't include that at all in my reading, not except for the external validation or of some sort, right? Even though there is a person on the table, right? But still, I think that's very interesting. So I hope that's helping you, and let's pull another card to wrap it all up. Matters of the heart. Yeah, I mean, self-development is very much attached to your own heart as well, right? I feel that. It's step out of your comfort zone. There it is. And the win-win outcome is forecast. Yes, because if you step out of your comfort zone, yes, it's risky. Yes, it's scary a bit, right? And it's uncomfortable, and it's just you don't know, and it's everything's different. But if you stay where you are and you are just thinking about things, years will pass by, and you keep thinking about it. You just keep thinking about it, and that might make you miserable. So, even if you step out of it and it's not going the way you anticipated, but which is the worst case scenario and not given according to the cards, but still, even if you do that, you will not regret that. You will not regret stepping out of it and just doing it, you know. Because it will lead you somewhere better, always. Because you have grown. So then you unlock something better for yourself. Yeah. So let's see who this reading is for. Capricorn. Okay, well, there you are. Additional info is in the letter box below, and see you next time. Bye bye, bye bye.